Welcome back to the cryptoworld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now a new signal is flashing on the Bitcoin chart, while Ethereum is getting closer towards invalidating this pattern, which I'll talk about later in the video, so definitely stick around. First of all, just giving you a quick update here on the daily Bitcoin chart. And well, basically over the last one day, not much has changed on the daily time frame. We are still within a larger bullish trend. But in order to confirm the next significant leg to the upside in this bullish trend, we need to see some more bullish confirmation signals on the daily time frame. Like, for example, a bullish cross here in the daily Bitcoin MACD, which right now is getting very close to happening. And also, obviously, it would be very bullish if the price simply breaks back above this resistance, which is sitting at around 29.5k, and even better if we break above this local high, which is sitting at around $31,000. So once again, not much has changed over the last one day on the daily time frame, but if you're zooming into the 4-hour Bitcoin chart, over the last one day, we've finally seen a break to the downside in the 4-hour Bitcoin RSI below this ascending line of support. And so what this basically means is that right now in the shorter term, the price of Bitcoin is currently losing some of this short-term bullish momentum that we've seen over the last 1 week or so. Because obviously, if you've been watching my videos over the last week, you would know about this bullish divergence, which began this bullish price action, which was also partly caused by a short squeeze happening during that time due to negative funding rates. And basically, while the 4-hour Bitcoin RSI remained in an uptrend above this ascending line of support, forming higher lows and higher highs, this means that the short-term strength is more bullish than bearish, and we have bullish momentum carrying the price further to the upsides. But obviously, if we start to see a breakdown in the RSI, that essentially means we are losing some of this strength, some of this bullish momentum. And instead, if we start to potentially now form a downtrend in the RSI, that increases the probability of a pullback in the price of Bitcoin, kind of like what we saw back here. Obviously, around the middle of April, we saw lower highs start to form in the 4-hour Bitcoin RSI, as well as lower lows. And right back then, alongside a bearish divergence, which was here in the price action, was a strong signal pointing towards a bit of a pullback, or at least a pause in this bullish price action, which obviously we ended up seeing. And now, obviously, we do not have a bearish divergence right here on the 4-hour Bitcoin chart, but we have got this one bearish signal in the short term pointing towards the bullish momentum basically slowing down. Now, it's important to mention this does not guarantee that we're going to see a major crash or pullback as of right now, because for that we need to see some more bearish confirmation, such as confirmed lower highs and lower lows beginning to form in the RSI, kind of like what we saw back here. But at least for now, once again, this is increasing the chances of this bullish trend now slowing down. So essentially, for the bulls out there, we need to see a breakout above this resistance very soon in order to avoid any sort of decent sized pullback. And now in that case, if we get another rejection from this resistance, I would expect first of all support at this price range in between around 28.7k to 29k. But in a more bearish scenario, if we see a breakback below 28.7k, then in that case, our next major support is sitting in between around 27.5k to 27.8k. But if the Bitcoin bulls out there can quickly push the price above this line of resistance, which is currently sitting at around 29.5k, then in that case, I would expect this price target to come into play, sitting at around 30.8k to 30.9k approximately, so just underneath $31,000, based on this being a potential bump and run reversal pattern, and also based on the fact that we have major resistance at around $31,000. And obviously, no matter what direction the price takes here, whether we see a confirmed break back above this resistance or a confirmed break below this support, either way, it's in these areas where we could make a trade, either a short position from a break below this support to the next support, or a long position from a break above this resistance to the next resistance. So for the traders out there, it doesn't actually matter whether we break bullish or bearish. All that matters is the areas of support and resistance and the technical price price targets that we'll be looking at in both directions. And if you want to know more about long positions and short positions and how to trade those sort of moves, then stick around to the end of this video to find out more. But anyway, now getting into the Ethereum part of this video, this is on the daily time frame. And like I said for Bitcoin just earlier in the video, nothing much has changed here on the daily ETH to US dollar chart over the last 1 day. So of course, we're still within a larger bullish trend. And as for these support and resistance areas on the chart, these have not changed over the last 1 day. So getting straight into the shorter term, this is on the 4-hour ETH to US dollar chart. And obviously right now we're still in this choppy sideways price range in between this support and resistance. First of all, this area of support is still sitting at around 1830 to 1850. And this area of resistance is sitting in between around 1920 to 1950. And once again, as I've said recently on the channel, if we see a confirmed break well below this area of support, then in that case, the next significant support area to the downside would be sitting closer towards around 1.7k. But in a more bullish scenario, if we continue on with this bullish momentum, considering the RSI has not broken below this ascending line of support, then in that case, a breakout above this resistance with confirmation would set up the next price target at this next resistance, sitting closer towards around 2.1k. And now, despite the fact that we've recently seen a bullish divergence here on the 4-hour time frame, and once again, the RSI is still currently trending to the upside, as in it's at least holding above this ascending line of support, when you consider the fact that the RSI over the last few days has essentially flatlined, and also considering the fact that the price is still chopping around in between this support and this resistance, at least in the imminent short term, I'm currently more neutral rather than overly bullish or overly bearish. And now, believe it or not, even in a choppy sideways price range, when the price is bouncing around between support and resistance, you can still make money in crypto. In fact, a lot of money in a choppy sideways price range. And once again, if you want to know how to do that, stick around to the end of this video. But anyway, just quickly talking about this head and shoulders pattern here on the 4-hour ETH to US dollar chart, which is currently getting closer towards potentially invalidating. Because obviously, once again, as I explained in my last video, if the price takes too long to actually confirm this right shoulder, then we would simply see a right shoulder way too large compared to the left shoulder, which would technically help to invalidate this head and shoulders pattern, because ideally the shoulders need to be roughly around the same size. And so essentially, in order for this pattern to confirm, we need to see a dump back down below 1.8k pretty soon, as in ideally within the next 1 day or so, if you're looking to confirm this pattern. So at least for now, of course, it's still possible that this pattern could continue to form and potentially confirm if we see a pullback soon. But as of right now, it is not yet active. It's just in its formation phase. So it's something to pay attention to, but not something to act on as of right now. And now, if you want to know how to maximize your profits in crypto, no matter if the price is going to the upside, to the downside, or simply chopping around sideways like at the moment, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left talks about long positions and short positions, moves to the upside or to the downside, and the video in the bottom left shows you how to make money in a choppy sideways price range. But anyway, that's everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.